Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of Referral Exchange's Business Success Fertilizer Application. Um, William Shakespeare wrote, "All the world's a stage." Well, if that's true, you need to make sure that your business has a starring role. The first play I ever watched was the Enfield High School production of West Side Story. As I remember, it wasn't bad. The role of Maria went to one of the cheerleaders, and the part of Tony was played by someone from the football team. Maria, she did have a tough time hitting some of the low notes, and Tony's voice cracked a few times on the high notes, but everyone really put their heart into it, and it was a hit. At least it was to us, but what did we know? The most complex and amazing play that I've seen was Cats on Broadway with the original cast in 1983 with a budget of $4 million at that time, which is about 11 million today. It was quite the production. However, one of the most mesmerizing performances I ever saw was a storyteller, J. O'Callahan. He stood on a stage in Boston, just him and a stool, and he held the audience spellbound for 2 hours. He still lives in Brookline, Mass, and performs occasionally. You should check him out on YouTube. Now, I don't know if any of us have dreams to achieve acting stardom, but in business is something we should think about. Wherever you go, you need to be ready to perform. Just like any stage production, there are a lot of things to think about. For instance, does your play have a title other than the name of your business? Actually, it does. It's your tagline. It announces you and serves as your opening line. Now, what about your production values, the set and the wardrobe? Where you meet, whether in person or on Zoom, is important. If you're a financial advisor, meeting in person at a public coffee shop to discuss sensitive financial issues shouldn't be your first choice. That'd be fine if you were in the trades or some other service industry. Additionally, the wardrobe choices for a real estate agent or an insurance broker are going to be different than that of a handyman or a solar power salesperson. The Cats performance I attended would not have seemed as believable if the actors had simply worn t shirts with pictures of cats. And what about your plot? Well, a plot is defined as a sequence of events where each affects the next one through the principle of cause and effect. In a business setting, you can think of the sequence of events as the dialogue. What you say at the beginning of the discussion should be plotted out so that it logically leads to the next plot element, such as when you educate a client as to the value of your product or your service, starting at the most basic and building the conversation to a resolution. In this case, another appointment or maybe even a sale. Now, most plays have an opening sequence, which transitions to some sort of conflict and rising action, leading to falling action, and finally, a resolution. Now, your business performance should proceed the same way. A prologue, where you tell them who you are and what you do, followed by the introduction of the conflict. In this case, the conflict is a problem that the potential client has that you can solve. The rising action is where you get them to tell you all the issues they're dealing with. And the falling action is where you discuss how your product or service can address each of their problems. The final resolution is the agreement to work together. Now, having the lead role is important, but having the right supporting cast can be critical. At some point during the falling action, you'll want to talk about the bit players and supporting cast members that will be part of the production. Awards are presented for best supporting roles with good reason. Someone said life has no rehearsals, only performances. This is almost true. The shrewd entrepreneur and business owner does have the opportunity for rehearsal. It's called networking. Whether a simple get to know you conversation, a virtual networking meeting, or an in person event, that's your occasion to try out the new dialogue. See how the plot sounds in the real world, and use the experience to rewrite your script and practice your performance before you step into the spotlight. So, a lot of analogies there, but I think you get the point. You have to be ready. You have to be prepared and understand it's a production. Now, if you want to know more about anything that we talked about today, send me an email. I'd love to hear from you. And if you'd like to know more about referral exchange networking and how we can help you grow your business, we'd love to have that conversation. Again, give me a call, send me an email, and see what if we can help you grow your business. Thank you. This is Rich Austin from Referral Exchange Networking, the business success fertilizer application for this week. And I hope you're all well, and we'll talk again next week. Bye, everyone.